So what is up, everyone? I'm here in the lesser seen upstairs space of the studio, where you can see all of these lovely guitars all boxed up ready to go for some of the people that win stuff from us in the UK. Now, I did the videos where I got the 1985 Gibsons, and I absolutely love the Les Paul Custom I've got. But one problem I've got is it doesn't really have any frets left. It's so low that when I play one of my other guitars, it's all lovely set up, it's got frets and all that kind of stuff, and then I pick up the Les Paul, it is a struggle to play. She's down there in the case. She's a struggle to play because she's got no frets. So Sam over here, he's got a lovely old Strat. Andy, who pretty much looks like that all the time, not here, he's got an old vintage Les Paul. They both got their guitars refretted by Huw Price. So I've been in touch with Huw, and I'm going to head over to his house, drop off my 85 Custom down there, and get some new frets put in. So we'll take a little look at the process, hopefully get some cool footage, and post it in this video and see what the results are at the end. Right, that's all loaded up. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's about an hour and a half drive. So let's hit the road. So this is Huw. I'm at Huw's house. He has got my Les Paul. We've had a chat about it, about what's going on. It's here. He's going to do the work. And I didn't mention in the video, so obviously it's my birthday tomorrow. And this guitar, as I mentioned in a previous video, down there, it's working on a very lovely Gibson here as well. It's the guitar's 40th birthday this month, so the guitar is having a little bit of cosmetic work done to it, a little bit of Botox and a little bit of all that kind of stuff by the lovely Huw. And I will be back in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And we'll see what you've done to it.
Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Huw.
My pleasure.
Cool. So I've just got back to the studio from Huw's, and I guess the waiting game begins for me. So while the waiting game begins, let's talk about the guitar and why I'm getting it refretted. I may have covered some of this already. I can't remember what I've already talked about in this video, so apologies if I'm repeating myself. But I wanted to get the guitar refretted. I know some people hate the idea of having an old guitar like this and doing major work on it. And some people say it like trashes the value and all that kind of stuff. But the idea of this guitar was that it's supposed to be like a dream guitar for me, a birth-year guitar, something a little bit snobby, like USA made, all that kind of stuff. And I would love, like, you know, my dream guitar would be a birth-year PRS, but they've gone up to like over 10,000. I'm never going to spend that much money on a guitar. Like, that's most of my yearly wage gone on a guitar, and I'm never going to spend that much on a guitar. But this Les Paul Custom came up at a price that I could manage just about, and it is like, it's a super cool guitar. And the idea behind it is that I want to take it out and play it. I want to take it out and gig it. I'm not someone that believes in buying a guitar just to hang on the wall and to lock away, and that's not what they were made for. So I want to take it out and play it, and I can play it, but the frets are so low on it that if I take out another guitar like my PJD, for example, my St. John, that is a relatively new guitar, it's got like decent frets on it, all that kind of stuff, and then halfway through I switch to the Les Paul, it feels so wrong and uncomfortable to play because the frets are so low that it's just not enjoyable. And I shouldn't feel that way about that guitar, especially because it's supposed to be a dream guitar. Like, I've got other guitars that have got low frets that I need to get refretted at some point, but this Les Paul I want to be one of my main gigging guitars, so it's got to go in for a refret. It's got to have the work done. And I had a chat with Huw when I was over there off camera about some options for the guitar, and he said about trying to save the fret nibs, just because obviously they're part of the guitar. And I said to him, look, if the fret nibs can stay, then great. But if they've got to go, I'm not precious about it. The idea is to make this an absolute gigging machine. I'm not going to lose sleep if the fret nibs have to go. And because of the fret wire we're looking at, and the guitar would have originally come with relatively low frets, the shape of the fret nibs means that putting any kind of decent frets in there with a little bit of size to them means that the fret nibs will probably have to come off. So the fret nibs are probably going to have to go anyway. But yeah, I'm really excited. I'm excited to see what Huw does with it, and I can't wait to get it back. He's going to send me some updates as he goes, so we'll see what happens. So I've just had a message from Huw to say, hey Dan, quick video update, let me know your thoughts on wire gauges, etc. So I thought whilst I've got my camera here set up, I would open the video and we can have a look at it together. Right, let's have a look.
Hey mate, came out really cleanly, all the frets. I'll just give you
She's
a
naked!
video update. And yeah, there's barely any telltale traces either side of the frets. So we can put some slight narrower wire in, which I think would probably be better for this guitar. Just wondered what you thought about PRS wire. They use Jessica 47104, I believe, which is a little bit narrower than what you had in there before, but quite a bit taller and should be really nice. So just running that past you as an idea. Get back to me and let me know.
So that looks really clean. It's kind of like slightly alarming to see it without the fret nibs on and with like no frets in the fretboard. Yeah, like I said, she's naked. I like the idea he's come up with there. Jessica frets, great fret wire, but as well the narrower, taller frets that PRS use. I play PRSs, I love playing PRSs, so that would suit the guitar really, really well. So I'm gonna get back to Huw and tell him to go ahead with that.
There you go, mate. All the frets are in. Put them in with fish glue, which is what kind of thing Gibson did in the 50s. So it kind of holds them really nicely, but easily reversed, and seems to help resonance as well. So that'll sit for about 12 hours now. And then I'll trim the ends, bevel them, and level and crown. Hey Dan, all done and dusted. Yeah, frets went in real nice. They've buffed out quite nicely as well. Fingerboard is completely unscathed. It's looking really good.
So it is the day I've been waiting for. I've come to pick up my guitar from Huw, and what a fantastic job he's done. It plays so great. But I couldn't come here to see Huw without asking, because you're an absolute legend in the industry.
Thank you.
And I couldn't not drive this way, because it's not like a little short drive, and I couldn't come here and not stop putting the headstock in front of you. Lay you down carefully there, guitar. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. We've not planned this, but I do guitar reviews. Huw, you're a legend for doing guitar reviews as well.
Yeah, that was my old gig, I suppose.
I wanted to ask you, out of all the guitars that you reviewed, what was the most shocking one where you knew that you were going to have to review it and you were like, oh, this is going to be an awful guitar, and it surprised you the most of actually being a really good guitar?
Oh God, that's really difficult. Oh, I tell you what. Not because I thought it was going to be a bad guitar, but because it's just like not my kind of thing at all.
Yeah.
And I had this Ibanez like Steve Vai thing.
Okay.
You know, with a monkey grip. And,
Yeah.
you know, like a
The
floral
gem.
design. And I just thought, I'm just really not going to enjoy this. And I thought it was absolutely wild. It was like such a responsive guitar, and it was just beautiful to play. And I just thought, yeah, it's just, you know, without a doubt, a fantastic instrument.
You know, I'm not a massive Ibanez fan. It's not like my kind of guitar, but we've had a few of the peers in,
Yeah.
and I picked them up, and I always say to myself, like, I'm not, like, you know, Ibanez guitars are so uniform,
Mm-hmm.
but you pick up a peer, and you can just tell straight away that it's like a really good quality, well-built guitar, where you just know that it's great quality. But I wanted to ask you that because I thought, I could go the other way and put you on the spot and ask you the nasty question and go, what was the guitar you thought was going to be really good that was actually like really, really horrible? But I didn't want to ask you that, so I thought I'd go the other way and say, what was the one that you thought would be horrible that was the best? So didn't expect it to be a gem.
Yeah, it was. It was just, it's just a fantastic instrument, you know, just really well thought out, beautifully built, and, you know, it's like, I guess, you know, with like flatter radius and the way the frets are and everything, it's just like, ooh, I can play about, you know, a little bit faster than usual on this for some reason. It's it makes you play a certain kind of way. I'm not saying I could do it justice, but that was just like, great instrument.
So you are known for specialising in vintage instruments and restorations in vintage instruments. Controversial one for you.
Okay.
What year do you get to before you go, that's not vintage? Because I know the official thing is something like when it's 20 years old, it's considered vintage. But now 20 years old is like 2005. And you can't look at a 2005 guitar and go, oh, it's a vintage Mexican Strat, that one.
It's different. Maybe it differs with different manufacturers.
Yeah.
You know, I suppose with Fenders, the ones that I can consider like vintage ones that I really like are maybe like pre-74 or something.
Okay.
I think Fender carried on making some really great guitars, you know, a lot later than people think.
Yeah.
And I suppose with Strats, perhaps it's that point at which they went to flat pole pieces rather than the staggered ones. Doesn't mean they didn't make great ones afterwards. I think they did. But and with Gibsons, you know, I mean, a lot of people think, 65 or... But I was working on a 335 from like 74 or something, 72, 74, I can't remember last year. And it was just absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Great guitar. And then you get the Japanese stuff. Yeah. You know, so like Japanese Fenders and all built by Gibsons and things like that from the 80s, which are magical. Yeah. And then that golden era of Japanese guitar manufacturing.
I've been seeing loads of Orville's up for sale recently.
I think they're absolutely fantastic. And, you know, if you want a vintage Strat, you know, go on Gumtree and find yourself a Tokai. Yeah. With the Fender headstock profile.
Great guitars.
And they're amazing. You know? And you're getting, 40-year-old wood. Yeah. And surprisingly accurate copies of the vintage ones. You know, and maybe the pickups can be improved. You know, the saddles can maybe be improved. But apart from that, it's just one-stop solution.
Which, for those of you that have followed the journey of me getting this 85 Les Paul down here, you know that I started off my 85 journey with an 85 Tokai, but I just wanted to be a bit snobby about it and get something USA made. But that Tokai was great. I just couldn't pick it up and just go, this is the one, this is the birthier guitar. But great guitars. Now, not only do you fix guitars, but you also play. You've written a lot of your own music, recorded a lot of your own music.
Not really. No, I don't really play much anymore.
No?
No, and I never really got into being in bands and stuff like that.
Okay.
I was a studio engineer and producer from the late 80s through to about 2002, 2003, and so I made loads of records, but it was always as an engineer or producer.
Okay.
I played on a few things as well, quite a few things, but I never really got into the band thing beyond, like early 90s. I kind of thought, I can't be doing with this.
Okay.
So one way or another, I've always done music, or music-related stuff.
Out of all of the stuff that you produced and did, that worked on with other people, if there was one track out of all of that stuff that you would say, this is the one that I'm most proud of from producing, engineering, what would be the one track that you want people to go listen to and just go, yeah, that does sound...
Okay, so it's a bit kind of bit obscure, but I still make records occasionally with my niece Orly Ben David, who's based out in Brooklyn, New York, and we've done a couple of albums together and hopefully doing another one next year. And from her first record, there's a track called Maryland and Locust.
Okay.
So it's Orly Ben David and the Mona Dolls.
Right.
And
there you go.
And I'm massively proud of that album.
I'm going to find that. I'm going to put it here somewhere on the screen. and I'm going to listen to it on the way home. But yes, there you go. That is the track to listen to. This has been an absolute pleasure. So we ended up going down a little bit of a route with this where I've had the same fret wire as they use on PRSs, the same size fret wire. And again, those of you that follow the channel know that I love my PRS guitars and everything. They play absolutely great. So when the choice of fret wire came up, Huw suggested this size fret wire, and instantly this guitar just feels like home. Picking it up and playing it, I walked in, he said, if there's anything that you want changing, anything that needs fettling, anything that doesn't feel right, we can do that right now. As soon as I picked it up and strummed it once, I was just like, no, you've done it. You've done it.
I wish all my customers were like you.
I wish any guitar I got worked on was ended up like that one. So, been absolutely great. I'm going to cut back to the studio now where I'm going to give this a proper play and let you guys hear it with the work done to it. And I'm going to gig it on Saturday as well, and just be really happy about the fact that I'm not going to pick it up mid-gig and not like playing it, which is what happened at the last gig where I was playing a guitar, I picked up this one, and instantly I was like, I can't play this, the frets are too low. I can't go from playing a guitar that's got frets to this and enjoy it, which is not the way I should feel about that guitar. So I'm going to enjoy this. Thank you very much, Huw. You've done a fantastic job.
My pleasure.
Right, back to the studio. So there we go, it's done, it is refretted, and it has made a huge difference. I am super, super happy with this. If you've got an old guitar and you are wondering whether you should get it refretted, if you want to take that leap, if you're worried it's going to trash the value or anything like that, but you want to play it, just get it done, because this has made this, it's taken it from like just having a cool dream guitar to actually having a cool dream guitar that I can take out and play and enjoying it. So I've got a gig in 2 days' time, randomly at a sausage fest, and I will be taking this guitar and playing it all night as my main guitar. I am super, super looking forward to it. Massive thank you to Huw. What a legend. He managed to turn this around in less than 2 weeks, which for a refret, I thought it'd be away for a few weeks, but he turned it around in less than 2 weeks, and I'm super happy I've got it back. So massive, massive thank you to Huw. What a legend. Super, super nice guy, and it was a pleasure to meet him as well. So yeah, other than that, I hope you've enjoyed this little refret journey. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.